have kept the deepest rooms of me in careful order, have known which doors to open and which ones to keep closed, have maintained a very practiced kind of border between the everything I am and what I've never disclosed. And there was wisdom in the keeping and the guarding, in the learning of who earns the most essential rooms. And I have spent the necessary time regarding who deserves to see through all the most protected glooms. And I have found the one that every room was waiting for, the one that changes everything about the keeping and the hide. And with the most complete and the most extraordinary door thrown open, I am ready to invite you inside. I invite you into my heart, the most intimate of places, the one that I have kept for only the most worthy and the true. I invite you into my heart, and all its spaces are completely and entirely opened up for you. Not an invitation like the partial or the carefully selected, but the whole and the complete and the most entirely real. I invite you into my heart, and I have never been more collected in the certainty of everything I want you to feel. Come into the rooms that no one else has ever entered, the ones that hold the most essential and the most alive, the places where the most extraordinary centered version of who I am has learned to thrive. And come into the corners that are less than luminous, the ones that carry shadows and the sometimes difficult, because the invitation is the most unanimous and the most complete, the beautiful and the tumult. And I have found the one that every room was waiting for, the one that changes everything about the keeping and the hide. And with the most complete and the most extraordinary door thrown open, I am ready to invite you inside. I invite you into my heart, the most intimate of places, the one that I have kept for only the most worthy and the true. I invite you into my heart, and all its spaces are completely and entirely opened up for you. Not an invitation like the partial or the carefully selected, but the whole and the complete and the most entirely real. I invite you into my heart, and I have never been more collected in the certainty of everything I want you to feel. And the most tender thing about this invitation is how it asks for nothing in return but your presence, that the most complete and the most extraordinary station of this love is simply you and your most luminous essence. Because I invite you into my heart is not a transaction, it is the most complete and the most intimate of all, the most extraordinary and the most exact action of a love that found the courage most intimate of places, the one that I have kept for only the most worthy and the true. I invite you into my heart, and all its spaces are completely and entirely opened up for you. Not an invitation like the partial or the carefully selected, but the whole and the complete and the most entirely real. I invite you into my heart, and I have never been more collected in the certainty of everything I want you to feel. I invite you into my heart completely and without condition. I invite you into my heart, the most sacred and the most complete admission. Before I understood what mornings were supposed to hold, they came and went without their most essential part. And I would navigate the early hours in the cold of the ordinary and the simply at the start. But everything that I believed about the morning changed the day that you became its most essential guest. And what had been barely worth the adorning became the most extraordinary and the most blessed. Because a morning with you has a different kind of quality, a light that falls on everything and makes it new. And in the most complete and the most extraordinary totality of the early hours, I find the whole of you. A morning with you, the most extraordinary, ordinary, the one that makes the whole of every day feel right. A morning with you, and all its visionary and completely luminous and warm and full of light. Not a morning like the rushing or the barely being present, but a morning like the most alive and the most complete. A morning with you is the most extraordinary pleasant, beginning to the most extraordinary everything I meet. I love the way the morning light finds you before it finds me, the particular and luminous way it falls across your face, and how the coffee and the quiet and the barely waking world creates the most extraordinary space. And I love how in those hours nothing is demanded, when the day is not yet asked for anything at all, and everything between us is the most completely candid and the most alive before the ordinary call. Because a morning with you has a different kind of quality, a light that falls on everything and makes it new. And in the most complete and the most extraordinary totality of the early hours, I find the whole of you. A morning with you, the most everything I meet. And the most hopeful thing about a morning with you is how it sets the whole of everything that follows right to. That every day that starts within the luminous and true warmth of your presence carries more of its own light. Because a morning with you is not just how the day begins, it is the most complete and the most luminous of all, the most extraordinary and the most complete of grins, of love that answers every ordinary call. A morning with you, the most extraordinary, ordinary, the one that makes the whole of every day feel right, A morning with you and all its visionary and completely luminous and warm and full of light. Hey, not a morning like the rushing or the barely being present, but a morning like the most alive and the most complete. A morning with you is the most extraordinary pleasant, beginning to the most extraordinary everything I meet. A morning with you, the most complete way to begin. A morning with you, the most extraordinary light I've ever been in.